We got some breaking news here. A major national collegiate organization has officially banned trans athletes from competing in women's sports, and the vote was unanimous. This is a crushing blow to the woke agenda, and we're going to see the latest and what it all means. And then, to add insult to injury, DEI has been abolished in the state of Texas. DEI officers are being fired everywhere throughout the Lone Star State to comply with a new sweeping law. You are not going to want to miss this. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to keep you sane during these insane times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in. The National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics has voted unanimously to ban transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. The NAIA said that it supported, quote, fair and safe competition for all student athletes, and that Title IX ensures that there are separate and equal opportunities for female athletes. Now, Title IX, of course, is a federal civil rights law that prohibits discrimination on the basis of sex in educational institutions. The Biden administration has been trying to widen Title X to include the allowance of trans athletes competing in women's sports, but that futile effort appears to have fallen flat, as you can see. Now, it, of course, needs to be reiterated, given the fake news media's carelessness with the truth, that it is not a transgender ban on athletic competition per se. That's unfortunately the way the legacy media likes to report this stuff. The decision is very clear. Quote, only NAIA student athletes whose biological sex is female may participate in NAIA-sponsored female sports. Any athlete, trans or non-trans, can compete in any sport as long as they are competing with athletes of the same biological sex. It's that simple. Now, this decision by the NAIA is actually the latest in an increasingly long line of decisions defending women's sports. Back in March of last year, the World Athletics Council, the governing body for international track and field competitions, announced that they were officially barring all transgender athletes from competing in women's sports competition. And what was so interesting in that decision is that they explicitly stated that they were prioritizing fairness over inclusion. This was very interesting because the WAC, the World Athletics Council, recognized that trans athlete competition foregrounded a clash, indeed a contradiction, between two liberal values: fairness and inclusion. Again, it's very interesting. The council recognized that what we're ultimately dealing with here in the controversy of whether trans athletes can compete with biologically female athletes is a clash between the values of fairness and inclusion. And the council concluded that siding with inclusion here undermines the foundational rationale for legitimate sports competition, which is fairness. Without fairness, you don't have legitimate sports competition. It's really that simple. Fairness is intrinsic. It is inherent to legitimate sports competition, whereas inclusion simply is not. In fact, sports competition involves all sorts of permissible discriminations. Heavyweights are barred from competing against lightweights, for example. And so the council sided overwhelmingly and rightly with the primacy of fairness in ruling on this issue over trans athletes. Simply put, if you don't have fairness, you've destroyed the whole point of sports competition. Right. And then, of course, the World Athletics Council decision came on the heels of a comparable decision from the Swimming World's international governing body known as FINA, which stands for the International Swimming Federation. They also decisively ruled that post-pubescent biological males are banned without exception from competing in women's swimming competition. And this, of course, involved the swimmer Leah Thomas. Thomas was widely touted by our fawning legacy media as making history by becoming the first openly transgender athlete to win a Division I national championship. What they failed to mention was that Leah Thomas was ranked 554th when competing against males. Again, it's called fairness. And so it does appear that sanity is truly winning the day, slowly but surely, in collegiate sports. But if you think that's promising, waiting to see what's happening with DEI initiatives in the state of Texas. This is really going to make your day. Gang, as you know, we look out for each other in this channel. Your safety and your security is our number one priority. So if you have not secured the deed to your home as of yet, you need to click on that link below right now and protect yourself and your loved ones. I was absolutely shocked when I found out how easy it is to access the deed to my house, and not just access it, but actually change it. The deed to your home is the only document that proves you own it. But the problem is that the deeds to all our homes are now online, and criminals are free to find that deed, forge your signature, refile as the new owner of your home, take out tons of loans using your home's equity, and then stick you with all the debt. But that's where our good friends over at Home Title Lock come in. Gang, they are simply amazing. Home Title Lock gives you the peace of mind that the deed to your home is absolutely and completely protected 24/7. Click on that link below right now. Use promo code TurleyTalks. Then all you got to do is enter your address for your no-obligation home title scan to see if you've already been a victim of deed theft. That's actually a $100 value, absolutely, totally free with my promo code TurleyTalks. Gang, do not wait for the worst to happen, only to regret you didn't do something about it when you could have. Do what I've done. Do what countless patriots have done. Click on that link below right now and secure your home today.
There are 19 ayes and 12 nays. The bill is finally passed.
Senate Bill 17, which took effect in January of this year, bans diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at public Texas colleges and universities. As a result, DEI organizations and clubs are being shut down.
We have so many people of color and we have so many first-generation students, and to just kind of cancel all the safe spaces, and that's really not okay.
In an email sent Tuesday from University of Texas at Austin President Jay Hartzell, he says the university has laid off employees who used to work in DEI programs. The American Association of University Professors say about 60 people were affected by these layoffs and were ordered to shut down all DEI programs by the end of May.
It's not just something that impacts current students, it's going to impact a lot of people in the future, and they're like firing people, and like people are losing their jobs.
Boo-hoo-hoo, cry me a river. Yeah, that's right. The University of Texas has just laid off over 60 DEI officers and workers in compliance with a new law that's gone into effect that basically abolishes DEI throughout the Lone Star State. This is a huge victory. Christopher Rufo first blew the roof off of the whole DEI industry in Texas. It apparently was radical and infested the whole of Texas's public universities. But it was particularly the University of Texas that had been captured by left-wing ideologues, and that involved pushing DEI materials throughout the university's core curricula. To their credit, based on that report a year ago from Rufo, Texas legislators responded by passing SB 17, which officially terminated funding for such programs. Now, university officials, they've been, doing their best to try to skirt around the new law. But as you saw by that report, it was to no avail. Texas legislators warned the university under no uncertain terms that they stand to lose millions in funding if they continue with their DEI antics. And so they've officially complied. University officials cried uncle, and DEI is now dead in Texas. It's a huge blow to woke warriors trying to indoctrinate rather than educate. And you know what? It's not just Texas. Check this out. West Virginia has actually a growing list of banned financial institutions from their state. The West Virginia State Treasurer made the announcement on Monday that 4 banks, Citibank, TD Bank, Northern Trust, and HSBC Holdings, have all been officially banned from state contracts over their ESG policies. ESG stands for environmental and social governance objectives, all far-left woke nuttiness. And West Virginia is banning these banks from accessing billions of dollars in state contracts. So we really are seeing a massive red state backlash against woke social engineering, which promises, in many respects, to be just the beginning. Hey, gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized, but you, literally thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the International Woke Police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.